Yo, what's up everybody, Jumpin' here. Today I'm going to be showing you guys my Asari Sentinel build for Mass Effect Andromeda. I call her the combo queen. She is extremely good and they dramatically buffed her because she was good prior to the patch, but ever since the patch she is definitely extremely good at doing combos and getting good damage, and you actually can do multiple combos with her and she's great for any combo team. That's 100%. So, let's go ahead and get into the build now. Now, starting with the weapon, I definitely recommend something that can set up combos with an ammo type. Normally, when you play her, you probably do want to use some type of ammo. Even if you're using like Incinerate Ammo 1, that does work really well. So, I recommend a fast-firing gun like the Equalizer, the Hurricane. If you have it, the PAW or the PAW. Also, another really good one is the Shadow Sniper Rifle. That can set up combos extremely quickly, or just different types of assault rifles. Whatever you like, as long as it can fire fast and set up combos with your ammo type really quickly, it's a good gun for this build. Because the idea is that a lot of times you're going to shoot the enemy, set them up for a fire explosion, use energy drain, detonate the fire explosion, then you're going to use throw and detonate the tech explosion, and it's pretty fucking wild. And if you have other people doing it with you, then it's even more crazy. Now, I normally would recommend just increased damage for your power, but honestly, energy drain's damage is really kind of low, and throw doesn't have a lot of damage. So the way I see it, fuck it, just boost your fucking pistol or whatever you're using. It doesn't really matter. So that's kind of the idea here. Now, moving on to the booster, I'm using power efficiency. Now, this is something you don't have to have, but it does help a lot. So if you want to use this, go ahead and use it because it's going to make your powers come back a lot faster, meaning that you can do more combos. Next up is going to be Incinerate Ammo. This is definitely the ammo I would recommend. If you only have ones, you can use ones, that's fine. It all works pretty much the same. There's really not a big difference between level 1 and level 3. Alrighty, let's go ahead and talk about the build now. I like to keep Backlash at 1. I think that it can be a good power, it has potential, but to me, it's just fucking boring. Putting up the shield and just reflecting damage and absorbing damage, that is just boring to me. I think that she's all about combos, so you want to just set her up for the combos. If you want to do something different with a Sentinel, try doing that on the human Sentinel. You can actually do a build with the human Sentinel where you keep throw really low, like you can keep throw at 1 and max out everything else, and it actually can be extremely good build. You can run around with guns, or you can use your powers. It doesn't actually matter, but it is really good. With the Asari though, she has a lot of combo damage bonuses, and I definitely think that she's really good at doing that. There is something you can do with Backlash though, and this is actually something that is kind of overpowered in a way. There is a perk, Biotic Warrior, which will increase your weapon damage by 15% or your melee damage by 50%. And there's an easy way to always test this. If you have this effect on, anytime you punch a normal enemy, they'll fall to the ground. So, what I was able to determine, what you can do with Backlash is actually use this power and just press the button once. Okay, don't hold it down. Your recharge speed, if you do that, is like less than 1 second. And the thing about it though, is that you actually will get the bonus for Biotic Warrior for 3 seconds. So as you're shooting enemies, you can actually go ahead and put up Backlash for like a half of a second, shoot the enemies, and then 3 seconds later, do it again, and just keep doing that over and over again to do more weapons damage. So that is something you can actually do, and it's pretty fucking good. If you have a melee build with her, you can also boost your melee damage that way. So it's something to consider. Now, I recommend radius on throw. This is just because sometimes you'll hit an enemy with your energy drain, and then you'll throw the wrong enemy by accident. But with radius, you should still detonate the one that you set up prior, even if you messed up and you aimed at the wrong enemy. Because sometimes there could be like 4 or 5 enemies, and you want to be able to hit all of them, and you can knock all of them down. And the main thing, like I said, if you miss your combo, this should actually allow you to still hit the target that you were trying to hit. Next up is going to be duration. This is actually really great because this will prime enemies for biotic combos. So any normal enemy, I'm talking about a red bar enemy, if you want to just kill them instantly, all you have to do is just throw them and then energy drain, and that should kill them. On gold, I've tested this. That normally will kill every type of normal enemy with that biotic explosion. It's really, really powerful. The tech explosion normally will not kill them. It will do a lot of damage. It won't kill them though. But the tech explosion is more about stun. where the Biotic Explosion is more about damage. Next up is going to be Swift Detonation. This is going to increase the recharge speed, which makes it amazing, and also the combo detonation. So that is really, really good. Moving on to Energy Drain, I go for recharge speed. You want to be able to spam this to set up as many combos as possible. The power damage doesn't really matter much, and that is just because the thing is that the combo is going to do its own separate kind of damage. Now, the power damage does kind of play into that, because if Energy Drain can do more damage, then you'll be more likely to kill the enemy. But even with like max damage, I don't really see Energy Drain killing enemies. That's just the way I kind of look at it. I go for Extended Drain. You need this 100%. This will allow it to prime targets for the tech combos. So 100% you have to get this. Now, lastly, if you really want to, you could go for damage. I'm starting to think that maybe I should have went for damage, just because this could potentially make the tech combo just do a little bit more damage, and that would be nice. But I really do like to restore my shields more, and I like to also help my allies out. That's just the way I like to play this build, and just Sentinels in general. I think Energy Drain can be a really good power. Like, you can help your teammates, you can restore your shields. With this, you can pretty much restore all your shields. So, like I said, it's up to you on how you want to do it. But normally, what I like to do is go for the Tech Explosion and then just shoot the enemies, because the Tech Explosion will actually stun the fuck out of all of the enemies. So that is something to consider. Now, moving on to Offensive Biotics. This is a big buff. Like, they buffed this and it's fucking awesome. 25% recharge speed now. That is amazing. I definitely like that. It definitely will help this build out a lot. And 50% combo damage now. And the base damage to the combo has been increased. So this actually buffs that further, and it's really, really good. And like I said before, Biotic Warrior, just for the backlash thing. You can also, you know, set up a Tech Explosion, detonate it with throw, and then shoot the enemies, and you'll also have this 3 seconds of damage. But if you want to use the backlash to also extend that, you can go ahead and do that as many times as you want. Moving on to Tech Armor, I go for full protection. I want as much damage resistance as possible, and I also want the shield regeneration after being hit and the shield regen delay reduction after being hit. I think that's really good. Now, you could actually go for a melee build on her. I have a friend who went for a melee build, and I gotta admit, it looks pretty goddamn good. So the melee build's not bad, okay? That's something you can try. Also, just with Sentinels in general, I think this is better on the human Sentinel, though. Shotguns are fucking amazing. 65% accuracy while moving. So as long as you're strafing, or if you're not aiming down sights and you're moving around, 65% is a lot, especially for a gun like the Piranha, if you want to try that on the human Sentinel. It fucking wrecks, okay? But once again, for the Asari, I like the protection because this is more about combos, not about weapons damage. The human Sentinel gets 28% weapons damage. That's pretty fucking crazy. So human Sentinel is definitely better for weapons, in my opinion. Alrighty guys, well that's going to pretty much do it for the build. Now I'm going to get into the gameplay, and of course it's going to be nothing but a lot of combos, and that is just because, you know me, I fucking love combos. I've been doing combos for the longest time, even when they sucked, and they were kind of good even when they sucked back in the day if you did a lot of them. But now you can do a lot of them, and they don't suck, so they're even better. So I love doing combos and combo teams, but just know that by herself, if you're just running around with randoms, you can get away with using the combo build and just wrecking everything. Like, she's really, really good. One of my favorite builds in the entire game, to be quite honest. That's why I call her the Combo Queen. Alrighty, well this is going to be the gameplay, and we are going to blow everything up. This team is going to be 2 Asari Sentinels, 1 Krogan Engineer, and 1 Human Adept. Now, the Krogan Engineer is actually so good now, guys. If you haven't played with that build, that's another build. In fact, I would say the Krogan Engineer has the strongest tech combos in the game. The fire explosions are great, and the tech explosions are amazing as well, because Incinerate is a very powerful power, and when you detonate a tech combo with that, you'll actually kill enemies, because that's one of the big downsides of the Asari Sentinel. Because you're using throw to detonate, generally you're not going to kill enemies with your tech combo. It's just something that doesn't really happen much. Now the fire combo, if you can set that up with your weapon, that will kill. Or if you can get the biotic combo, like if you're fighting raiders or something, it is generally a good idea when you're fighting a red bar enemy to maybe throw them first and then energy drain, because if you do that, you should kill them with the 1 combo. But the tech explosion is really all about the stun. The stun of the combo is amazing for the tech. And the fire combo is a really powerful combo. The biotic combo is a really powerful combo as well. And the cryo is also okay. I would say the cryo is more about debuff and stun. It's not going to probably kill enemies, just like the tech explosion normally will not kill enemies. But if you're doing it on a Krogan Engineer, it probably fucking will. And that's the main difference. So Krogan Engineer is really fucking good, but still really flimsy. So it is a risky build to play, but the combos are very powerful. Same with the Human Adept. The Human Adept is a lot better now. I still think Singularity should be changed somewhat. I think there's a couple things they could do with that power to make it a lot better. Like if you prematurely detonate that power, you should actually get a faster recharge speed, almost like Cryo Beam or Flamethrower, where if you put it out there, you do an explosion, you detonate it, it should actually come back a lot faster than if you just throw it out there and then you detonate it, and guess what? Now you have to still wait the same amount of time. So I really do think that Singularity should kind of go off of like its own duration. So the longer it's out, the longer the cooldown is going to be. If they would change that one thing, the Human Adept would be like so fucking amazing. But right now, it's good, but it's not fucking amazing. So I don't know. Eventually, I'll probably get around to doing a build for all this. Another one I kind of wanted to do is the Human Engineer, because I've talked about him multiple times. The only problem with like Cryo is that Cryo and Fire, it doesn't really mix well. So if you're using, let's say, fire, like a flamethrower, and you're using a cryo beam, well, they kind of like override each other, and because of that, it kind of sucks together. You really don't want to do that. Generally, if you're going to do a combo team, you really want to only combine fire, lightning, and biotic, and if not that, you want to combine ice, lightning, and biotic, because you don't want fire and ice on the same team, because they will override each other, and it kind of sucks. But the Human Engineer is super good. So if you are playing with like a bunch of other engineers with overload and stuff, and they're not really using a lot of fire, so you don't want people using Incinerate Ammo and stuff like that, then the Human Engineer will fucking wreck. You can like fucking freeze so many people, and the explosions are just so good. So it's something to try out, guys. I was thinking about maybe doing his build as well. There's so many fucking builds I need to do. It's kind of ridiculous. But I really want you guys to kind of tell me, what do you want to see next? Because the thing is, I'm thinking about maybe doing another Ultra Rare soon. I can still do the Angara Avenger, or I can do the Human Kineticus. I can do all that kind of good stuff, so just let me know what you want to see. Or I can just do a Rare class, an Uncommon class. I don't really fucking care. In a lot of ways, it might be better to do the Uncommon class, just because everybody has those classes at this point. So maybe I can do the Krogan Engineer. So just let me know, guys. What do you want to see exactly? Because I really can never think exactly what I want to do, but I have every build pretty much maxed out now, so I can do anything I really want. So I just really want to know what you guys want to see first, and then I can pretty much decide on what I want to do for my builds for YouTube. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the Asari Sentinel. She's really good in a lot of ways. Now, you could use Backlash. My friend Corky in this gameplay is actually using a maxed out Backlash build, and I gotta be honest, it can be kind of funny. Now, I don't think it's fun, okay? Don't get me wrong. I personally don't think Backlash is a fun power to use. But it can be funny because you can actually, like, have the enemies murder themselves. And that is actually really funny to watch. But is it fun to sit there and hold up the shield the whole fucking time? Absolutely not. Now, as a Backlash build, you can still do combos and stuff. That's fine. But you're probably going to have to skip out on something. So my recommendation is that you could actually maybe leave throw at 1 and max everything else out, and then have the Backlash just so that you can put it up and then make certain enemies kill themselves, because a lot of different enemies will actually murder themselves really quickly. Like the Anointed, which is the cat enemy. Those motherfuckers with the miniguns, they will die so fast if they are reflecting the damage back at them. Same with Observers. Observers will kill themselves really quickly. And a couple other enemies as well will just fucking kill themselves so fast. And it's pretty hilarious. But I just don't really find that to be fun. And I would never do a gameplay of me showing that. Because, I mean, how fucking boring is that? Running around and just holding up the shield the whole fucking time? That sounds stupid as hell. Now, with this build, though, you can still use Backlash if you really need it. Like, if you're about to die and you're like, oh, shit. Put it up, man. You can still use it when it's at 1. It's not going to be that good, but it will still work. Now the way you want to actually play with this build is quite simple. If you're dealing with like a red bar enemy or an armor target, definitely maybe shoot them first a little bit, light them on fire, then use energy drain and get the fire combo, and then use throw to get the tech explosion. And now you have 2 combos on that enemy. And most enemies should be fucking dead from that, unless you're talking about like a really powerful armored target, like maybe a berserker. Probably won't die from that. Well, then after that, you shoot them for a little bit, wait for your cooldown, and then maybe use throw again, because throw generally will come back a lot faster than energy drain, and sometimes that can fuck you up for your combos and stuff, because throw's coming back so fucking fast, and energy drain is just like a little bit longer, and because of that, you're gonna like use throw multiple times. But that's the beauty of the ammo. And remember, no matter what, you're gonna get the extra combo damage with the ammo. It doesn't really matter. Combo damage is combo damage. It's different from power damage. And because of that one perk and the fact that it got buffed, your fire explosions will actually be a lot more powerful now. And man, it's good. It's really good. But this build is just a lot of fun. Like, she does really well on her own. You don't need a team for this. In fact, I kind of wanted to just run around without a team for this gameplay. But anytime I'm about to do anything with combos, my friends are like, dude, let's do it. Like, everybody just enjoys doing the combos now, and it makes gold so fucking easy. But you know, the thing is that it's still so much fun that it's not like brain dead fucking super easy to the point where the game's no longer fun because it's just too fucking easy. So I don't ever think it's like that. But at the same time, it is really simple. If you remember, like, when this game first came out, I actually was showing like strategies of doing combos and making gold easy back then. So the fact that the combos got buffed now, it just makes it that much more easy to actually just farm gold like this. And on this map, I really love this map for doing combos because you can use this little hallway strategy where everybody can go down the hallway, force them to all spawn in the hallway, blow them all the fuck up, and then turn around and they're all coming from behind you. You blow them up one way, they come from the other way, you blow them up, and then you can just play a little bit of the range game. It's fucking awesome. So this map is great if you're going to do a combo team. And I just really like this Asari Sentinel. I really wanted to do her. I don't know why. Like, she's not like the best person in the game for combos. I don't think that by far. But she is really good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying she's not one of the best. Because she is up there for like combo people. And I like her way more for doing combos than the human Sentinel. And that's a big bummer in my opinion. I don't know what the fuck they were smoking with the Asari Sentinel and the human Sentinel. I really wish they would have changed the powers up a little bit. Like, fuck, give us overload and throw on one maybe. Or give us lance and overload and give us throw and energy drain. That seemed like a kind of good idea, right? Like, why does the human and the Asari has the same fucking powers? And the only difference is you got backlash and then you got barricade. That doesn't make no sense. And unfortunately, the human doesn't get a lot of combo damage stuff. The Asari is definitely way better for doing combos than the human. You get the combo damage, you get the recharge speed. There's a lot of really good things. Now, the human is better with weapons. Okay, I will say that much. And in fact, one of the things I really like to do on the human Sentinel is to actually use the N7 Piranha. Because there's a perk in tech armor that will give you a lot of accuracy. And the Piranha is a really amazing gun when you have accuracy. And with the human Sentinel, you have a lot of accuracy. So it's really, really good for that. Also, you have 28% weapons damage, which is amazing. On Barricade, you can get power damage, or you can go ahead and get weapons damage. And Barricade can be good. So for the human Sentinel, if you guys are just wondering what I like to do with that build, I like to leave throw at 1, and then I max out everything else. Because do you really need throw to be upgraded? Not so much. And if you don't upgrade throw, what actually happens is your throw and your energy drain, the cooldown on those are actually very similar. It's almost the same fucking thing, honestly. In a way, I think that's good because it kind of bothers me sometimes where like throw comes back so much faster on this build than energy drain. So a lot of times I have my throw ready to go, but I don't have my energy drain, and it just kind of bugs me. But that's where the ammo comes in. So there's a lot of combos that you can do with the Asari Sentinel, but she is just really strong overall. I think she's definitely not like flimsy. Like, that's a big part of this game for me. I don't like people that die a lot. Like, I definitely think that the Krogan Engineer is better at doing combos because the combos are so strong. You literally will kill like any red bar enemy with one combo. You will fucking murder them with the Krogan Engineer. But unfortunately, the Krogan Engineer dies in like 2 bullets. kill it. So that's a big fucking bummer. I really can't get that build to work without dying a whole bunch. So the only thing I've been able to do with the Krogan Engineer to make it so that that motherfucker won't die as much, I go for max rage. And with the rage, I go for the perk that will give me auto rage when I'm about to die. And I get the health regeneration perk. And with that, it does work okay. Because the biggest problem with the Krogan Engineer, and I've said this in another video, but I'll say it again because this is a big fucking problem. I think the Krogans need more health. Because what will happen is you're playing on gold and you lose your shields in like 2 seconds because the goddamn Krogan Engineer has like Drell shields. So you lose your shields and then you have like more health than most other builds, but it's still not that much more. It's not like this huge amount. You lose your health really quickly and then you have a really low amount of health at that point. And then the next time you lose your shield because your health's not going to recharge during the wave. You have to wait for the wave to be over. And even if it's really low, it can recharge a little tiny bit, but not a lot. Guess what? You lose your fucking shield, you die instantly. And that's the biggest problem. So I think the Krogans should have at least like 1200 health. And if they want to give them low shields, okay, give them low shields, whatever. I don't fucking care. But just overall, the Krogan Engineer dies way too fucking much. But the combos are amazing. And just this team together actually is really good. The human, I mean, goddamn, that human's getting crazy amounts of explosions as well. And we can just detonate everything together. So it's really, really nice. Alrighty guys, that's going to pretty much do it for the video. I would really appreciate it though if you guys could let me know what do you want to see next. Because I have everything maxed out and I just can never decide on what I want to record. So if you guys tell me what you want to see, it will make me want to actually do that build more. I really do hope that this video has helped you out. If it has, I would really appreciate it if you could like the video for me. Be sure to subscribe for future videos, and I really do hope that everyone has a very nice day, and peace out.